Hello, everyone. Good morning, and thank you all for coming here today. And today, I would like to discuss with you all about an article that we found during our uh, session in our class, and that is about loneliness. I would like to have Anissa discuss the material.
Let me introduce them. Usually, more people have to live alone. This trend has been quite common, especially in developed countries. Some people choose to live alone because they want to be independent, while others do so because they're in personal life or living situation. Mm, this topic is interesting because living alone has both positive and negative effects. On the one hand, it allows people to have more independent, privacy and freedom, while on the other hand, it leads people to loneliness, stress, and also weaker social relationship. Therefore, it is important to understand why this trend is happening and how it affects society. Okay, in today's discussions, we will first present the main information from the article. Then we will share our opinions and discuss the advantages and disadvantages about living alone. And then we give it relate the issue to real life. And then finally, we will summarize the key points and give our conclusions. So let's begin the presenting of the article. Based on the article, the number of people living alone has increased since 1970s. The article explained that this trend has become common over the past few decades, although the overall population has not grown dramatically. The number of one person household has increased much faster. This shows that living alone becoming is more common lifestyle choice. The article also explained about several reasons behind this trend. Some people choose to live alone because they value independence and freedom, while others experience the major changes of life, such as divorce, the end of relationship, or their children leaving home. The article says that men and women used to live alone for a different reason and different stages of life. And in addition, the article discusses the impact of this social change. Living alone can give people more privacy and allow them to make their own decisions, but however, it may also create challenges such as loneliness, social connection, and emotional difficulties. Um, um, because of these possible effects, researchers believe that this trend is important not only for individuals but it also for society, and it can influence what is it family relationship and also people overall well-being.
Thank you for your explanation. Now that we have pinpointed some of the points down to the article, let's now discuss whether or not living alone has a positive or a negative effect for that certain person.
Yes. Uh, in my opinion, it is mostly positive trends. Nowadays, people want to be independent, and living alone allow them to make their own decision, focus on their career, and also enjoy more privacy. I think independence helps people to be more responsible.
Okay, thank you for your information. Anissa, Rory, what do you think about?
I see your point, but I don't completely agree. Independence is important, but I don't think living alone is always the best choice. According to the article, people who live alone might experience loneliness and have deeper social relationship. So, I think independence and social connection should be built.
That's a good point. Zahrotun, what do you think?
I agree with Anissa and Kobe opinions. Living alone has advantages, but it also has disadvantages. Like for example, people can enjoy their freedom and they can manage their own life. But however, they may also feel lonely, especially if they don't have any close friend or a family nearby.
Thank you. The article also mentions about loneliness in their research. Can you explain to us about that research?
Sure. According to 2023 survey from the U.S. Surgeon General about of how American adults feel lonely. In addition, in 2023 survey from Cigna about 157% of men and 59% of women experience lonely. I think this uh, this findings show that loneliness has become an important social issue.
Those are really surprising numbers. Okay. Um, what my question is as well, another question, sorry, is do you think that people feel happy whenever they're lonely?
Not necessarily. I think loneliness depends on many factors. Some people who live alone can uh, not feel lonely because they have strong relationship with family and friends, but others who live with people can feel lonely. Mm, I'm afraid that I have a different opinion with you because I think technology is also be one of the reasons. Although it helps people to communicate, but no, it cannot replace face-to-face conversation because sometimes people spend more time on their phone than spend their time talking to the people around them. That's true. Technology is useful, but we still need real life interaction to build a better relationship. Anyway, speaking of real life situation, do you think this also happened in Indonesia?
I think it is very common, especially with I think it is becoming very more common, especially in the big cities. Why? Because a lot of young adults specifically would move away from their homes just to focus on work or education. However, that is for the Western people. For Indonesians such as ourselves, we would rather just stay at our family's home before marriage.
I agree. Family cultures in Indonesia is still strong. As someone live alone, they usually stay close to their family and relatives. Yes, that's one reason why social support is important in Indonesia. Like people who live alone so still spend time with their family and friends so they don't become isolated.
That's a very good point. But let me ask you a question. Do you think people feel more happier when they're alone?
I think if people have good relationship and uh, emotional support, they can uh, still be happy even just live alone. That may be so, but I don't think living alone automatically makes people happier. Because happiness depends on many factors such as mental health, financial stability, and supportive relationship.
What kind of challenges do people usually face when they're living alone?
I think my chance is they should pay rent and buy food and pay bills by themselves. In my opinion, is keeping a healthy lifestyle because some people don't cook a healthy food for themselves and don't get enough rest. For me, I think safety is also important. Like people who live alone should be careful and know what to do in emergency. And Dennis, if you had to live alone, what would be the biggest challenge uh, for you?
I think for me personally, the struggles I would face is definitely being away from my parents. If I'm either away or just outside of my own country. However, I would always try to communicate with them by either calling them or texting them. Okay, so before we conclude this, what are you guys' suggestions when it comes to people living alone?
I think they should stay connected with their family, friends, and community and avoid spending time alone. Mm, I would also recommend to join community activities or hobby because it helps people to build a friendship and reduce loneliness. I agree with you both. And in addition, society should not judge people who live alone. Instead, we should support them and encourage them with healthy social connections.
Okay, thank you everyone. I think we all share different perspectives, but also differences regarding about people living alone. Sometimes it could be good, while others can be very useful for some individuals. Okay, now then, let's discuss the summary of the discussion about today. Okay, Zahrotun, can you please explain to us what we discussed today? Okay, sure. So today we discussed that why more people are choosing to live alone. Um, we found that there are several reasons such as independence, career opportunities, and personal choices. And we also learned that um, living alone also has both benefits and challenges. Okay, thank you, Zahrotun. Truly, can you tell us what can we conclude from this discussion? In my opinion, living alone is not always a positive or negative choice. It depends on each person's situation. And what's important is to maintain a balance between independent and social relationship. Okay, thank you, Rudy. Uh, Anissa, do you have any final suggestions for this? Think people who choose to live alone should stay, connect with their family, friend, and community. This can reduce loneliness and improve well-being. Okay, well then, thank you everyone for participating today. That can conclude our discussion about this topic. Thank you everyone for participating and also sharing their opinions and thoughts about this type of matter. Thank you everyone.
This is all.